just pressed record and then dropped it.
Oh.
Sorry, Lauren.
Okay. Premièrement, nous allons regarder les devoirs d'hier et c'était exercice 2 à la page 31 dans la cahier. Voilà, okay. So, so Marie, go ahead and we'll just have you read each sentence, and then if you have any questions about spelling or anything, we can write them up on the board. So pour numéro 1.
Il est essentiel
Mm-hmm.
que tu ailles à l'université.
Bien.
Il est indispensable d'avoir des copains sympas.
Good.
Il est important que j'ai
Mhm.
le temps de me relaxer.
Mm-hmm.
Il est utile qu'on choisisse une bonne carrière.
Carrière, yes. Now here for choisir, you want que on choisisse.
Choisisse, oh, that's
Yeah.
a lot, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Il vaut mieux que tu et tes amis.
Mm-hmm.
Il est bon que nous fassions du sport. Il est normal qu'on rende service. Or
Rende, yeah,
Okay.
it'd be R-E-N-D-E.
Okay. Yeah, alright, I have it.
Mm-hmm.
Il est dommage que tu regrettes tes actions.
Okay.
Regrettes.
Des actions, yeah, mm-hmm. That's what you said, right? Okay, good. Okay, I'll come and look at your spelling real quick. Good. Here you can do the apostrophe with the
Okay.
avoir too. Okay, excellent. Okay, next we're going to take a look at another subjunctive phrase using que that that is talking about what people want to be done, and it's easier to just probably have you read through the explanation, and then we'll give some examples up on the board. So we're on page 88 in the book. And go ahead and read through all of the green grammatical information here where it says « C'est l'usage de subjonctif après vouloir que ». See where the camera's pointing here.
I think it's mostly at that one.
Mostly at the right-hand board? Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll just try it. Okay, so the verb vouloir we've seen before. We know that it means to want, like je veux or je voudrais. Je veux is present tense, and then je voudrais. I'll write these up here as well. Je voudrais is conditional, I would like. So, the difference between vouloir que and all of the other expressions that we've learned so far, like, il est bon que, for example, is that with vouloir que, somebody is actually wanting something, right, or wishing something. And so what we have to do is use the correct form of vouloir in the first clause, and then we have to use the subjunctive in the second clause. So, like with il est bon que, it's just a general expression, it's good that, but nobody specific is doing any action here, right? So first of all, before we go into the subjunctive stuff, let's just go through what the present tense forms of vouloir are, because we haven't seen those for a while. We usually just use the je form in conversation. So we've got je veux. Do you remember what the to form is?
Isn't it as well?
Yep. V-E-U-X, and then for il and elle and on. V-E-U-T.
Oh.
Yeah, ve with a T, okay? And then we've got nous voulons, we want, vous voulez, and then the il, elle plural is veulent. It's kind of strange. So it's somewhat of a boot verb in that you've got the same vowels here in these boots. And then the nous and vous have V-O-U in the beginning. Okay. So we've got v for all of the singular forms, pronounced v, then nous voulons, vous voulez, and il, elle, vole. Vole. Okay, so with this expression vouloir que, when the person in the subject, when the subject of the sentence wants for somebody else to do something, that's when we're going to use subjunctive. So for example, if I said something like, je veux que, I want for my students to study, right? Je veux que mes élèves étudient. Okay, and we use the il, elle, obviously the il, elle plural version of the verb, and it happens to be the same thing in present tense as it is in subjunctive, so it's just kind of a coincidence there, but, okay. So here we've got just normal present tense of vouloir. Okay, and over here, we've got subjunctive. Oops, I wrote like a combination of the French and English. We'll just do English or subjunctive. Okay. So again, when the first clause is a different person, right? It's somebody who wants somebody else to do something, then we're gonna have the subjunctive. Now, if I'm saying like, I want something for myself, like I want to be a dancer, and both clauses just concern me, then all we have to do is just use the infinitive in the second part. So let me put up an example here. Okay, so this whole sentence only concerns me. It doesn't concern what I want for anybody else, so I'm just going to use the infinitive just like I normally would. I want to be a dancer. Okay, and same thing if like we were talking about somebody else who's the only subject of their sentence, like mon père. Mon père veut, they give a good example in the book. Here. Veut prendre sa voiture. My dad wants to take his car. So same thing, just a normal sentence. You're going to use vouloir here and then just follow it with an infinitive. Okay. But if we had a sentence that says like, Dad wants for you to take his car, then that's where we'd have the subjunctive in the second clause. And we'd say, Papa veut que tu prennes sa voiture, and we'd have to put prendre into the subjunctive. And so they give that example here in the book. They've got, in the green box over on the left-hand side, it says the wish concerns just the subject, the person who's doing the action. So, je veux sortir, I want to go out. But if we want to say, I want for you to come with me, to go out with me, then we're going to say, je veux que tu sortes avec moi, using subjunctive. And then we've got the example of my dad. Mon père veut prendre sa voiture versus mon père ne veut pas que je prenne sa voiture. He doesn't want for me to take his car. Let's see here. Okay, it says, the green arrow down below the box, the subjunctive is also used after je veux bien que. For example, est-ce que je peux sortir? Can I go out? And your parents might say, sure, it's okay with me if you go out. Je veux bien que tu sortes. Again, using the subjunctive, because we've got two different, people in question here in the same sentence. Okay, so some other, more personal expressions that are very similar to vouloir que are these in the yellow box here. We'll go through and see if we can figure out what they mean. Je préfère que would mean I prefer that you do something, right? Or I prefer that they do something. Je souhaite que means I wish, and they've got the meaning in parentheses there. Répétez, je souhaite que.
Je souhaite que.
Good. Also, I wish that. Je désire que.
Je désire que.
Je voudrais que.
Je voudrais que.
Which is the same verb as vouloir, it's just now in the conditional. I'd like that you did something. Same thing, j'aimerais que. Je veux que.
Je veux que.
Like I'm insisting that you do something. J'insiste pour que.
J'insiste pour que.
And I demand that you do something. J'exige que.
J'exige que.
This one's hard to say. J'exige. We use exige que. Okay. Bien. Let's see here. Okay, let's try exercice 6. Here we're using both kinds of sentences. So in the model, they have the verb regarder tes photos, and the first person is asking permission to do something. And so, for example, the girl in the white sweatshirt, she asks, est-ce que je peux regarder tes photos? Can I look at your pictures? And she's the only subject in question here, so we just use the infinitive. And then in the answer, he says, oui, je veux bien que tu regardes mes photos. Yep, it's fine with me that you look at my pictures. Or he might say, pas question, out of the question, je ne veux pas que tu regardes mes photos. Okay? So how about for numéro 1? If I were to ask you, Marie, est-ce que je peux mettre en CD?
That would make it simple.
Can I put on a CD?
Okay. Oh, yeah, no, sorry.
That's okay.
Oui, je veux bien que tu
Met.
en CD.
Good. Que tu mettes en CD. So in normal present tense, it's que tu mets, but in subjunctive, it's met. Okay, good. Est-ce que je peux faire un sandwich?
Oui, je veux bien que tu fasses un sandwich.
Good. Est-ce que je peux lire ton journal?
No, je ne veux pas que tu
Lise.
Lise, okay. Lise.
Mhm.
Or
Montre. Good. Lise. So in that case, it would be spelled Lises.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Est-ce que je peux téléphoner à un copain en France?
Oui, je veux bien que tu téléphones. Yeah, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Que tu téléphones?
Oui.
A lot of times the ER, the regular ER verbs are the same.
Okay.
They end up being the same in the subjunctive as they are in present tense.
What's
Okay.
the next word mean?
Emprunter, we'll skip that one. Emprunter means to can I borrow your bike?
Okay.
Okay, we'll skip to number 6 here. Est-ce que je peux aller dans la chambre de tes parents?
Je ne veux pas que tu tailles. Is it taille?
Que tu ailles.
Que tu ailles.
Mhm.
Okay. Dans la chambre de mes parents.
Good. Okay, and let's see here. One more, numéro 7. Est-ce que je peux aider avec la vaisselle?
Oui, je veux bien que tu aides avec la vaisselle.
Good. Okay, très bien. Okay, we're gonna do a workbook exercise here using vouloir que. And let me make sure that this is. Okay. Yeah, so on page 32, 32, I'll write this up on the board. Exercice 3, or say. Okay. So we'll read through the directions here and make sure that everybody understands what they want for you to do. So it's called at home. It says your parents are going to leave for 4 days to help a sick relative, basically. During this time, you're going to stay by yourself with your sister. You're asking your mom what she wants or doesn't want for the both of you to do. So, for example, in the model we have toi, and then we have sortir tous les soirs. So you would say, Mom, do you want for me to go out every night? Veux-tu que je sorte tous les soirs? And your mom would say, non, je ne veux pas que tu sortes tous les soirs. I don't want for you to go out, every night. Okay, so in each case here, it looks like you're going to be using if it's your sister and you that are speaking, so where it says ta sœur et toi, for example, like in number 2, then you'd probably ask your mom, like, are you okay if we do something? So with the conversation ones, it's hard because you really have to think about who is speaking in English and then how would you address them and all that. So just do your best, and if you're confused, let me know and we'll go through them together. Okay, so that's for I'll give you the rest of the time to work on that, and then you can finish for homework if you don't get done in class.